Shri Rajwardhan Rathore, Shri Sunil Arora, officials, chairman and members of the jury, award winners, ladies and gentlemen. Let me at the very outset congratulate and compliment all the award winners in this National Photography Awards, which is a great initiative which has been taken by the photo division for the last 5 to 6 years, where we honor the very best for their excellence and their great contribution to photography itself. Good photography is a complicated art, and a photographer's job is not a very easy one. These are people who stand in hot sun or in rain or in an early winter morning waiting to capture the moment of the day. And some of the moments that they capture actually becomes moments of history, because there are indeed several visuals or several memories which we remember really by the photographic visual and not by the deep content of what the event was. Had we not repeatedly seen Gandhiji with a stick in his hand walking, many of us would have forgotten the Dandi Yatra itself. So it is that imprint of the great photograph of the moment which found a place in history, which really reminds us of what historical events were. And our own impression of personalities, our own impression of historical events is really based on the visuals which we have seen. And the reason really is that, as they always say, that a good photograph is worth a million words, because words have a transient life. A good photograph can actually be imprinted in your memory for an indefinite period itself. And rather than our other friends in the media, the conventional journalists, photojournalists have the odds loaded against them, because they are always on their feet. There is no opportunity for them to sit down. There is no opportunity for them to ask questions. Even when people are discussing, they are looking for those moments. And therefore, I think besides the art, they also need a lot more physical energy in them to sustain indefinitely for this long period. And many of them are only recognized by their name or their photograph and not even otherwise. And they are dedicated people. They also excel in disturbing many functions till they get their right photograph. Some are humorously referred to as living dictators because they can ask the President of India to redo or stand there for some time, or they can ask the Prime Minister to sit down or stand up once again for the photograph. And the compulsions of their job are all appreciated by people, and therefore people do oblige photographs even with these kind of requests. I'm glad that this initiative for the last 5-6 years has started honoring those who were actually faceless. Though I must share a secret that I've had the privilege of knowing Bhavan Singh when he was a very young photographer. These were the days in early 70s where he used to, I think those days, cover for Motherland. And then he went from newspaper to magazine to various areas, and I've literally seen him grow in years and in stature. And I've always seen him at almost every available opportunity. And he just now told me that he would share with me probably the first photograph of mine, which must have been taken in the early 70s which he still says is a part of the lakhs of photographs which he has as a part of his collection. Well, I do remember those days there were not too many of them. These days, numerically, the number of photographers covering an event has increased. And those days there used to be very few of them. And Bhavan Singh always was one of the living institutions in Delhi, covering almost every event. And I'm glad. I wish him a very long life, good health, and my best wishes to all other colleagues of his who have been honored. And I'm sure many others in the same field who excel would also be honored in the years to come. Thank you very much for this.